Hi everyone, let us continue our lesson on office safety. In the second part of office safety lesson, we will focus on few things, including number 1, office environment and health. Number 2, temperature, humidity, ventilation and contaminated air. Number 3, smoking, ozone, sick building syndrome and lighting. And number 4, color, cleanliness and welfare facilities. At the end of this lesson, we hope you will achieve these two objectives. First, outline all hazards in office environment. And second, explain all effects of office hazards to the workers. In some of the larger offices, workers may experience some ill health effects which may be due to the office environment. To prevent such ill health in the office, we need to ensure several issues are addressed, including temperature, humidity, ventilation, contaminated air, smoking, ozone and photocopiers, sick building syndrome, lighting, color, cleanliness and welfare facilities. Now we will further discuss those issues. A comfortable temperature must be maintained. Most people work comfortably at temperature between 20 to 26 degrees Celsius. Office temperature can be localized, so additional windows, skylights or glass partitions in offices should not allow excessive temperatures during hot weather. Humidity refers to the amount of water vapor in the air. The optimum comfort range for relative humidity is 40 to 60%. Low humidity can cause dryness of the eyes, nose and throat, and may also increase the frequency of static electricity shocks. High humidity, above 80%, can be associated with fatigue and report of stuffiness. Ventilation refers to the movements of the air and rate of fresh air input. Air movements of less than 0.1 meters per second can lead to stuffy rooms, whereas above 0.2 meters per second, drafts can be felt. Ventilation must be adequate. For each person, a minimum rate of 10 liters fresh air per second per person for general office space, or 10 liters fresh air per second for every 10 square meters of floor space is recommended. Contaminants in the office can include bacteria, viruses, mold spores and dust, solvent vapors, or chemicals generated or used in the building. Air conditioning units that do not provide adequate amounts of fresh air can cause high levels of carbon dioxide. Stale air due to poor ventilation and excessive heat buildup or humidity can also contribute to air contamination. Environment tobacco smoke is an indoor contaminant, and there is growing recognition that non-smokers may suffer adverse health effects through inhaling tobacco smoke. Organizations are increasingly expected to limit passive smoking risk in office in the interest of their employees and clients. A number of employers have fulfilled their legal obligations to provide a safe and healthy work environment by implementing non-smoking policies in their workplaces. Procedures such as consultation, education programs, and the education of designated smoking areas are recommended for the development of effective no-smoking policy. Ozone does not build up in the air. Photocopiers and laser printers produce ozone gas during operation. Concentration of ozone produced by that machine should at any time not exceed 0.1 part per million. At concentration above 0.1 part per million, ozone can cause eye and upper respiratory tract irritation, headache, and temporary loss of the ability to smell. Dust from the toners containing carbon black should be less than 3.5 mg per cubic meter of air. It is possible, however, if toner dust is breathed in directly, it could irritate the respiratory tract. To keep ozone and dust containing carbon black levels well below acceptable limits, have photocopiers regularly serviced. Ensure that an ozone filter is fit to photocopiers and laser printers. Ensure that there is adequate ventilation. Photocopiers are not placed in close proximity to the personal workstations of office workers. Sick building syndrome, or SBS, is a term used to describe illness that occur among occupants of a building. A building is termed sick when at least 20% of its occupants suffer persistent symptoms that disappear when they go outdoors. The symptoms that characterize sick building syndrome are eye or throat irritation, headache and dizziness, lassitude and fatigue, difficulty in concentration, dry or itchy skin, difficulty in breathing, and nausea and feeling sick. No single specific cause of sick building syndrome has been found. It is believed that the syndrome is caused by a combination of few causes, namely air conditioning, temperature, humidity, ventilation, lighting, and psychological factors. Adequate lighting must be provided. Where possible, offices should have natural lighting. When artificial lighting is used, it should be sufficient so as to avoid visual fatigue and prevent glare or reflection into the worker's eyes. The basic requirements for adequate lighting are that the work activities must be easy to see and the light comfortable to the eyes. Illumination is measured in units of lux, or lumens per square meter. Suitable light levels based on Malaysia standard for interior lighting are general background 200 lux, routine office work 400 lux, work with poor contrast 600 lux. Color determines the level of reflectance as follows. White reflects 75% or more of light. Light colors reflect 50% to 75% of light. Medium colors reflect 20% to 50% of light. And dark colors reflect 20% or less of light. White or off-white is recommended for ceiling as they should reflect greater than 80% of light. Walls should have a reflectance between 50 to 70%, have a gloss or semi-gloss finish. Wall near windows should be light in color, whereas those away from windows should be medium colored below eye level. The standard of cleanliness required depends on the use to which the office is put. Floors and indoor traffic routes should be cleaned at least once per week. Any waste material that accumulates should be removed on a daily basis. Interior walls, ceiling, windows, and work surfaces should be cleaned at suitable intervals so as to maintain an appropriate hygiene standard. Ensure contract office cleaners are given the same health and safety protection as regular office workers. Welfare facilities like eating facilities, sanitary facilities, and wash basins should be available. Ensure adequate facilities for boiling water and taking meals are provided for office workers. Provide enough toilets for workers and keep them clean and in good order. For washing, provide running water, soap and towels, or other means of drying. After considering all those issues mentioned above, it is to conclude that employers need to provide healthy and wealthy work environment in office buildings as well for improving and sustaining good safety and health of their workers.